Hey guys, I'm currently 144 hours into my 21-day wet fast, and today I wanted to talk to you guys about something I mentioned 2 days ago, how nutrition is not only the food you put in your mouth, but it's also the words you listen to, the words you speak, the things you see, etc, etc. So for those of you that watch TV, that's obviously quite a big part of this. I don't watch any TV at all, maybe a couple of box sets here and now, and really educational ones if I'm honest. But also the radio you listen to, especially in your car, and I'm going to touch on that in a little while. So you have a subconscious and a conscious mind, and most people, or everybody, operates from their subconscious mind 95% of the time. It's the paradigms and programs that we've learned and through repetition and growing up. So things like your job, if you're a sports person, if you play golf, if you play tennis, if you play snooker, these are things that subconsciously you can almost do instantly, and you never forget them because they're ingrained into your subconscious. These are things that you could do and you could almost walk away from and think, I didn't even realise I just did that, like fuck me, who just done that, because it's a program that's running, and we operate from this 95% of the time without even realising. So we're conscious roughly 5% of the time. So something I've been trying to do is make a conscious effort to think about things a little bit more, and to be more present and to be more aware. One of the side effects of some of these forms of nutrition is, without realising, if your conscious mind it sleeps while you're asleep, and your subconscious mind is awake 24 hours a day. So if you've got a TV on in the background or the radio in the background and you fall asleep, your subconscious is still listening to this. Even though you're not awake and you're not conscious of it, all of these things in the background are going straight into your subconscious. Now this applies to, I've found a little hack as well, is driving. When you're driving, because you're very aware that there could be an accident, you're very alert and you're very conscious. So why do they put so many adverts on the radio? Now they've obviously figured out, these advertising companies have worked out that if they want you to buy stuff, it needs to go into your subconscious mind. So when you're driving, you're focusing on driving. All these adverts for sofas and pizzas and coffee are going straight into your subconscious. And before you know it, you're rushing to buy a sofa from the year-long DFS sale because you think the sale's going to end. Or you're buying a pizza and eating it and you're thinking, I didn't even really want this. And the pizza's got no nutritional value in it at all, hardly, because it's bread. It's probably got loads of gluten in it. It's got cheese on it, which dairy creates mucus, and I've done that in another video. You might have a little bit of tomato sauce on there or a couple of vegetables, but that's about the nutrition that you're getting out of that pizza. You're probably better off listening to an affirmation tape than you are eating a pizza, to be honest. But I do like pizza. I try to do it with vegan cheese now as well, and lots of vegetables. So what I'm saying is, if you're gonna drive your car, don't listen to radio. Make yourself a little playlist of songs before you get in the car. So you've got your own playlist there. Usually if it's uplifting, inspiring, motivational, whatever, that's better, because when you're driving, that's going straight into your subconscious. Even better if you can make an affirmation list, or goes to something like You Are Creators on YouTube. There's Douchi meditations as well. Now, You Are Creators is very good because he puts various types of affirmations together with various solfeggio frequencies. So he'll do like an I am affirmation list in 528 megahertz. So that's a solfeggio frequency, and you're reaffirming to yourself various affirmations. He'll also do a gratitude one with 432 hertz. Now gratitude is the highest vibrational frequency you can be in, so love and gratitude are the two highest. So that's why I say at the end of the day, you're better off thinking to yourself what you're grateful for that day, even thinking about what you're grateful that you know is going to come into the next day, because you're more likely to manifest that if you're grateful for something before you have it. In the law of attraction, they say if you want a car, vision yourself that you've already got it, feel it, touch it, smell it. Also be grateful for it before you've even got it, because that kind of seals the deal a little bit and draws it into your reality a little bit quicker. So I'd say if you could listen to affirmations in your car with solfeggio frequencies, or play them in your sleep, you can change habits very quickly and you can start to manifest things very quickly. The last couple of years, my manifestations and and my synchronicities have become so commonplace now. It's almost like, I was in the gym the other day up in Yorkshire. I'm not up in Yorkshire very often, and there's a guy that I train with sometimes up there, and I was in the gym and I thought, I wonder what he's up to today, and he's probably watching this video right now. And within 2.5 minutes, he messaged me, and I hadn't seen him for 6 months. And he said to me, "Do you think that's a coincidence?" And I said, "No, that's a fault form. I've sent the fault form out, and you've picked up on it. It's a vibration, it's a frequency, and we've both tuned into it at the same time, and that's how this happens. This is almost a form of telepathy." So this is becoming a lot more commonplace. I mean, I'm doing it with a lot of friends now. It's not coincidence. Look up synchronicity. So I play a lot of affirmations in my sleep now. I play them quite low because I do like to. Okay, I don't do this every night either, by the way. So yeah, nutrition. Your brain is split into two as well. You've got your corpus callosum that goes down the middle, and meditation has been shown that this increases your corpus callosum. So this is the thing that merges the left and the right brain hemispheres. A lot of people will find they either operate from the left or the right hand side. Now if you operate from the left hand side, you're very mathematical, you're very logistical, and if you operate from the right hand side, you're very artistic. And the right hand side is also associated with being psychic or being aware of certain senses. You can do a few tests online if you want to find out which you operate more from. I've always operated slightly more from my right, but I've made a conscious effort in the last 3 years to try and unify my left and right brain hemispheres. Not only to unify these, because I believe this is important for everyone, but to unify my masculine and feminine energies. Because whether you're looking at me and thinking I'm a male, yes, I am a male, but we all have masculine and feminine energies. And I feel like I was born masculine, but I was born with more feminine energy than I was masculine, and it was my task to try and balance that out and unify it, and I feel like I've done that very well now. So although you see me as a masculine form, my energy is androgynous. So it's neither, it's half and half, it's 50-50. And I find that my rational thinking and everything is a lot better. And there's a lot of things you can do to help achieve this. One of the things I try to help people that are learning how to meditate, because when I first started learning how to meditate, I struggled. I went to a 3-hour Zen meditation class on a Sunday, and within 5 minutes I wanted to punch through the wooden wall and storm out, because my mind was just racing. And not only that, but my leg was hurting from sitting cross-legged, and my back was twitching, and yeah, I felt like I wanted to punch someone. But I kept on, and then I actually looked into other forms of meditation, because people say it's about clearing your mind, but you could start off by just focusing your mind on one thing. So one of the easiest ones I tell people to do is to buy some dark chocolate. And I studied shamanism, and a lot of shamanism for the last 3 years, and one of the things they teach you is to really tune into your senses. So I got a piece of dark chocolate, and you just put it in your mouth and you concentrate so hard on that taste and that flavour. You don't chew it, you just really concentrate on the intensity of the chocolate. Now another thing you can do is you can imagine you've got the taste in your mouth. So start thinking that you've got some lemon juice in your mouth, and when you do it, it triggers it and you get the saliva. So you're almost, like we was talking about the placebo effect, you can imagine it and actually almost taste it without having any lemon juice at all. So this is tuning into your senses that I let, and as a human race I feel we've let go. There's other ones you can do as well by tuning into your vision, so focusing on one thing in front of you. So put your hand in front of you, your finger, stare at your finger and not really taking any of the background stuff, and then keep your finger there and then take in the whole perspective and keep tuning in and out of the two. And when you start doing these things, you start to become aware of other little things that you never picked up on before, because your brain starts to become more active and you start to use both sides of the brain, and your corpus callosum has been shown that it actually increases. But meditation's the best thing for this. Or the next thing that I try to mention to people to do if they're struggling to meditate is to get 3 balls and to juggle, because juggling helps unify the left and right hemispheres of the brain. And when you get really good at it, you can start walking around doing it. Another form of meditation that I've mentioned to people is I'd done a speech probably about 3 or 4 months ago at a speaking academy, and I actually took some dark chocolate and a bunch of roses, pink roses, and if you take a rose and you smell it and you just concentrate solely on the smell of the rose, and pink roses, it was dark red roses that I took, and dark red roses are very good at opening up your heart chakra as well. So if you really, really just smell intensely at that one thing, that can get you into meditation. Then when you sit down and you try to clear your mind, or you don't try to, but when you do clear your mind, you find it a lot easier to make that transition. So again, we've got up to 10 minutes today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I feel like I've got so much to talk about, but obviously I'm doing these 21 days fast to raise awareness for the 40-day fast that I'm going to do later on in the year, probably end of September, October, which is going to be fully documented and recorded, and hopefully I want that to raise awareness for a book that I've written about fasting, which I'm calling Fast, Hard and Dry and Occasionally Wet. I hope you can sense the humour in that. So I'm going to leave you there. I hope you're all having a good weekend, and I hope you found some of this educational. If you've got any questions, feel free to inbox me or write in the comments below. As always, please tell your friends to subscribe, your loved ones, your family, to my YouTube channel, because I need to build up my following on YouTube. I'd definitely like to raise as much awareness about how powerful the human mind and the human body is, and I'm just scratching the surface at the moment. I'm already getting sort of 10, 15, 20 emails a day saying, I haven't seen you for 10 years, this is really interesting what you're doing. This is just scratching the surface. I genuinely believe that as a human race, the next 2 years is so vital and so important that you will almost be able to create your own reality. So, please like and subscribe. Have a good weekend. Love and light.